Okay, cashback. TXU is the only one that I'm aware of that offers this program, and it's pretty simple. It's not complicated. They give you 3% cashback, and you get that at the end of the year. It's typically like a Visa prepaid gift card, something like that. But you only get 3% of the energy charges, the supply section of the electric bill. So this right here, cost times usage, that total amount makes up the supply section, the REP section of the electric bill. There's two parts to the bill, supply and delivery. Okay, so the delivery is TDU and the REP is the supply section. So the supply section has two parts to it, cost times usage. The cost is the REP rate and the usage is your usage, the customer usage. So if you add up the supply section, cost times usage, let's say it's $100, okay? So if it's $100 every single month even, then it's $1,200 a year. What's 3% of $1,200? Well, 1% of $1,200 is $12. So what, $36? So this customer would get $36 back on the $1,200 that they paid. Now let's say, if just for even math, just to make it simple, let's say if their total cost for the whole year is $1,200, but our total cost would have only been $800. You'll lose this deal because they want their $36 because they don't realize that this $400 gap is here. So if they tell you, oh, I get a gift card, and you're unable to not necessarily do all this math, but explain it in a way that makes sense, similar to what I just did, well, they may not understand this. Because, again, you have to be able to compare. Now, I don't think it's going to come up where you'll lose a deal because they have cash back, but I've had customers like they want that cash back. And yes, they'll get the cash back. They're going to get $36 back. Or they could just save $400 over the course of those 12 months. Now, this math is a little difficult to do because you're not 100% sure what this total is. You're not 100% sure what this total is. But you get where I'm going with it. You can kind of probably get close enough within $100 or $2. But the truth is they will always overpay to get that 3% back. When you are dealing with these cash back programs, you have to identify that it is a specific program and that may be why they're paying more per kilowatt. So just kind of factor that in. If a customer is at 13 cents, 3% cash back, and you see 13 cents, you're like, ooh, this is too much, we'll lower it. Is that maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. But wouldn't it be nice if you knew more about that program? If you could loop in an additional reason why they're paying more per kilowatt? So the problem is you're on a program where you get cash back. Okay, so you have to pay for that. So they charge you more per kilowatt just so they can send you 3% of all the money they overcharged you back at the end of the year. So if they overcharge you by $200, then they'll send you, what, $6 back. Is that $12?
$6, yeah, sure.
Let's go with 6. So that's where that common sense factor comes in. So if they overcharge you by $200, they're only going to send you less than $10 back. That doesn't make sense. So you wouldn't have gotten to that, oh, that obviously doesn't make sense. Why would I do that? You won't get there if you didn't figure out that this plan was associated with cashback, and that gives you the ability to loop in cashback and make that common sense statement. When you fall in the 12 to 13.5 range, you don't feel as confident as if you were pitching one that was, let's say, 14 to 19. So we're at 11 cents, and most of you that would get a 14 to 19, you can use the verbiage you need to feel comfortable and feel confident. Oh my gosh, you're being overcharged, blah, blah, blah. That's why your bill is so high. You feel confident when you see these numbers, 14 cents to 19 cents. So you probably don't need the more specifics. You don't need much more. You've got the leverage, you've got the confidence, and when you have the confidence, you can basically say and get away with whatever because you're saying it the right way. But I feel like some of you don't have the confidence with these numbers. So if a customer has TXU or whatever company, well, TXU, since we're using this exact example, and you see 13 cents or 12.5 cents, can you say, oh, you're being overcharged with the same conviction that you would if you were pitching 18 cents? Well, the answer should be yes, but I bet the answer is probably not always. So in order to get the confidence you need to find a reason why and provide that customer with the reason. Because now you can say, if it's a reward program, which comes with 3%, and you're at 13 cents, now you can attach the reason why it's 13, the reason why they pay more. They pay more because they get cash back, but the cash back is only 3%. So if they overcharge them $200, they're only going to get a few dollars back. That doesn't make any sense. And they'll be like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. Well, how would they not agree with that statement? When you're looking for the problem, you have the problem, but if you understand the problem and the plan better than them, then you can explain it in a way that makes sense. You want to get to the customer to the point where the statement you made is so agreeable that they can't not do it, right? And if you provide some math or some visuals, or if you're showing it to them on the bill or in the app or in the email, they can't not do it, right? Because it doesn't make sense for them to say, no, I'll wait, I don't want to do this right now, this doesn't make sense. You want to get them to the point where that doesn't happen because there's no way out. And I say that, and it sounds a little unprofessional, but if you prove to the customer that keeping their company makes 0 sense and they are guaranteed to pay more, then why wouldn't they do it? And when you have a, well, why wouldn't you do it mentality, then you'll get more deals. All right, so let's do the last one before we pie some people and get out of here. Ultimate perks.